Eagle 1 Watchtower, altimeter 3003.
3003, coming to net, request zones 12, P56, absolutely.
Eagle 1, Roger, Clinton, Bravo airspace as requested.
Clear, Bravo.
Nanoc 1 in flight, altimeter 3003, cleared as requested.
3003, Nanoc 1 in flight.
Marine 1, 3 minutes to lift. Marine 1, Watchtower, roger, copy, thank you.
You judge by the shoes. People are getting on at the back of the helicopter right now.
Oh, okay.
Which is a sign that he has already boarded the helicopter.
Oh, that's it. Oh, okay.
I mean, seriously. This guy just decided to be a jerk. They're late. They literally showed up too late. The foam units literally arrived an hour late. They're being told by the Secret Service they screwed up.
Good morning, Air Force 1, 1,200, climbing 3,000, Andrews 1.
Air Force 1, certified, ready contact, climb line 10, 111, 11,000.
Climb 11, 11,000, Air Force 1.
Stand with the people of the right. Negotiate peace, not missiles, not drones.
Hey guys, good afternoon. I've already been out this morning, captured Marine One and Air Force One, and took the kids for some lunch. Now I'm gonna go out and just goof off and explore and see what we can see. I'm back at the National Cathedral, as you can see, because, well, this is my neighborhood. Now, yesterday I showed you a grotesque, not a gargoyle, but a grotesque of Darth Vader. And several of you, even some of you who are local, have sent me a note saying, where is it? Where is that thing? Well, let me show you. It's just right back here, okay? So, if you come back behind this tower back here, and this tower, in the middle of this tower, up at the top, there's a little thing sticking out, and that's where Darth Vader is. He's facing this direction in the middle of this tower here, the right-hand tower. That's where you'll find Darth Vader. Of course, there's lots of other grotesques and gargoyles all along this, but the Dark Lord, he's up there. Talk about missed content. Just after I turned off the camera, I crashed the scooter. I wasn't on the scooter, I was coming off the grass and I hit the curb, and, well, you know what happens when you try to go over a curb sometimes on a bicycle. Anyway, we're back in mobile again. Let's make our way down to the mall. Well, we've finally gotten down the downhill portion, which was a bit scary on this scooter because it didn't really slow down very much. But it's a rather pretty day overlooking Rock Creek Parkway. And let's just make our way down a little bit farther into the city. There was a protest out here earlier today I filmed at the Turkish embassy, but it looks like they've gone now. We have a park police cruiser out here today, slightly different. Oh, there's actually a car on Pennsylvania Avenue. It looks very red today. Maybe it's just the sun. The way the sun is reflecting. So the White House is still locked up. There's still limousines, Suburbans blocking the road, but nobody's home. He's up in New York, New Jersey. Won't be back until later. But they still keep it as secure as if he's here, basically. Hey, we haven't gone up to BLM Plaza in a while. So I showed you they were putting down concrete letters, but then they were going to fill them in with like black cobblestones in between. So let's go take a look at the construction today at Black Lives Matter Plaza and see how far they've come. Okay. No entry. So here's the letters. This is Matter, M-A-T-T. This is the A. Now they're laying the letter M, or they're forming the letter M. See them, they've got a mold down, and they're putting it in. So that's the M in Matters. And over here, they did this last week over here. Some of this is a little bit more developed to the final product of what it's going to look like. Yeah, you can see them putting in these like cobblestones in between the letters. This is the A, and this is the L, and that's going to have a clear cobblestones down the middle. Okay. So this is the B, or most of the B. They haven't finished it because the road's still open. But this is the B, and then they put this black and white stuff in the middle. There's like a white line running down the middle. quite a bit to go. They won't be finished for a week or two, I think. But this is being done by the DC government. The DC government controls 16th Street here. So it's under their jurisdiction to do with what they please, basically. The federal government controls Lafayette Park, which is the other side of H Street. Let's swing over there. There's a News Creek. Some news crew filming from some country. It's just really quiet today. There's just not even a lot of tourists. I think a lot of tourists are going home for Labor Day. So the lamp or chandelier or whatever you want to call it is back up over the portico. We saw them putting it back in last week. I wonder if they've done the construction over here. No, it's still out there. If you're doing like a podcast interview or something. Yeah, they're working on the construction across the street there. Let me get the camera down. That long-running sidewalk project, a couple months. There we go. So all in all, pretty chill day at the White House. At the moment, nobody's around. This guy's got like a suitcase and a bag and a body and an ice cream. Let's hit the ramp.
Like trying to make sure that no matter how slow
Oh, hey, the police have closed the road off. That's interesting. Let's go take a look. We could have a yeah, it's the vice president's motorcade. Oh, we're missing it. Or someone's motorcade is coming in. 3-car motorcade. That's not the vice president. And I didn't even film. Great. Stupid camera. Alright, so the road's closed off and a very small motorcade just arrived. 3 vehicles that I could see. It didn't look like the vice president. The road is still closed. Maybe there's a bigger motorcade coming. We'll check it out. Nope, they're opening it up. Alright, well, take my word for it, there was 3 cars. Didn't get here fast enough to film it. Maybe we can catch them in the south entrance. They've got their automatic weapons out. So I guess the motorcade came through here. Yeah, it's up there. There's a couple vehicles up there. Some people just got out of the vehicles. I don't have my other camera. So a mini motorcade arrived, 3 vehicles. It could be the First Lady if she didn't go to New York. I'm not really sure if she had went to New York today or New Jersey. And they're unloading over there. You can see the black Suburbans. The motorcade I kind of missed coming in is likely the First Lady. She did not go to New Jersey with him. It is the size and the type of vehicles that we've seen for the First Lady, and they're right up against the White House right now, so I suspect that was her coming back from, well, wherever she was. I was reading she was starting to teach again. I don't know if she actually started teaching today or not. Kind of a quiet day. I mean, you guys saw the Labor Day yesterday where there were people basically everywhere, yeah? Contrast that to today, a Tuesday, and, well, it's quite a bit different, yeah? There are not the scads of tourists that we saw. There are a few people soaking their feet, but not like yesterday. Lincoln Memorial is pretty empty, too. Oh, there's some tents up there. I wonder if there's a protest going on. We could go down that way. I know it's expensive, but the hot dogs at the Lincoln Memorial are pretty good. They are really expensive though. You got to pay like U.S. government commissary price. It's kind of a scam. Alrighty, let's go down through the trees today. Keep it cool. Okay, so everything I've been filming for the last few minutes has not been working because I think my camera overheated in the sun. But now it seems to be working. And we're making our way down the reflecting pool on my right. And the Korean War Memorial over on the left, which is still under renovation. They're adding the names of every fallen soldier to the Korean War Memorial. So it'll be kind of like the Vietnam Wall. So they're building like a new wall, basically. And some other tidbits here and there. Boy, they're setting up something down here. Some sort of rally tent stage kind of thing. I'm not sure what protests are coming up. I know there's a big protest on the 18th. But that's what, 10 days ago? That's a bit much. I don't think they're going to have a protest set up 10 days before. So some other concert maybe. Alrighty, let's spin up this way. Oh. So yeah, someone's setting up a big tent. Not sure who though. Yeah, we'll know in a few days. So there's the Lincoln Memorial. Like I said, it's not very busy today. Kind of quiet. Let's go find some other stuff. We'll go down to the Potomac or something. Let's go. Yeah, just a quick bite. I'm gonna have something real for lunch later. Projections from rising sea levels say that this memorial might be underwater by the end of the century. Same with the Jefferson. Flooding is already a problem down here on the Tidal Basin. At a mountain of despair, a stone of hope. This was actually designed by a Chinese artist. He has his Chinese characters in his name right there. And there was some controversy about it. I think the family wasn't too pleased with the stern look he was giving. And here we are at the Tidal Basin. Let's try not to fall in here. Some of these trees are pretty low-lying. You can get clotheslined rather easily. Now, falling in isn't the end of the world, but it's only a few feet deep, depending on the tides. But it is a pretty wide, pretty place to be. So down here is what's called the floral library, and I think they try to have like one of every type of flower that's currently blooming in the U.S. right now. They rotate these flowers out throughout the year. If you like flowers, it's a pretty place to come. Nobody really comes down here. They just sort of leave it. Occasionally you see some folks taking pictures of different flowers. One of those little Washington things that gets ignored. So over here on the right is the Holocaust Museum. They have a lot of displays about the Holocaust and other genocides that have taken place in the world. There's some areas for remembrance. They also have Holocaust survivors who show up there and just talk to you and tell you what it was like. I think I mentioned in a previous video, I took my children there so they could meet someone who lived in a concentration camp, who could tell them what it was like. This is the Smithsonian Castle. Please walk your wheels. Yeah, okay. National Museum of African Art. So this is the Smithsonian Gardens. So, okay. It's quite pretty. I don't know if I can go out to the right. Yeah, I can. Over by this this building, which I don't think is reopened yet. But I want to go into this because I haven't been into this museum. I haven't been in here in 20 years. And even when I was there last time, it was kind of like under repair. It wasn't really fully open. I think this museum suffered greatly. It had like a lot of problems with like leaky roofs and structurally unsound and stuff like that. Arts and, what was it called? Arts and Industries. That's right, it is the Arts and Industries building. I was thinking of a museum in Chicago. Isn't that called the Arts and Industries Museum? Maybe I was just lulled into a sense of normalcy by Labor Day's crowds and whatnot. Today is nothing like yesterday. Is Charles Heston over there? For the Red Sea. The National Gallery's small sculpture gardens. The Smithsonian has their own sculpture garden. Slightly different. The internet's a bunch of tubes. Or that senator's famous comment. Duck ramp. That's nice for the ducks. Pretty fountain. What? Oh. Oh, they got some new sandbags now. Some black ones. Put black sandbags on top of the white sandbags. They're upgrading the sandbags, I guess. And this one has white sandbags on top of black ones. Those are the ones we've seen before. Those even got grass growing out of them. The sandbags have like plants growing out of them. They've been here so long. Pretty quiet. Pretty quiet at the IRS today. There's one guy coming out of the employees' entrance. Now back here is the entrance to the clock tower of the Trump Hotel, which is still actually like a national park. We're still open to the general public. So if you do want to go up to the tower, and the view is pretty stunning, that's where you go. Unfortunately right now, due to COVID, it's closed. So over here, this house is the home of Allen Dulles. He was the first civilian leader of the Central Intelligence Agency, but he was pretty much blamed for the Bay of Pigs and taken out of office after that fiasco. He goes home. So this house here was the home of Katie Graham, the publisher of the Washington Post. and it's here where the big decisions on Watergate and the Pentagon Papers were made. She was the grande dame of Washington society. Anybody who was anyone that came to Washington would come to Katie Graham's house. But before Katie Graham, this was the home of Wild Bill Donovan, the leader of the OSS, the precursor to the CIA. This was Wild Bill's house until he sold it to the Graham family, and I crashed the bike again. I don't know, maybe I should call it a day, because I've crashed a scooter today. I crashed the bike setting it down twice. I almost crashed another time. I'm thinking I'm getting signs here, and maybe today is done. Thanks a lot for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. I will catch you again tomorrow. We'll have more exciting stuff or more riding around. See you then.